I just couldn't help myself. We are back. Turns out I only needed 2 hours of rest. We're here. What's up, 12 feet up? What's up, New Jank? Good to see you. All right. What I am going to be doing today, I do not know. Probably messing around more with the old pathfinding. I'll show you what I got. Bear Like Lion, what is up? How are you? So I figured out that this get next path position, which I know Shiloh was telling me was the issue, but I didn't believe it. Because I don't trust them now. It is causing problems with my pathfinding. Silent Creed in the YouTube chat, how are you? Pancake, what is up? You have reinstalled Twitch. Nice. Do you have your collision shapes on your animated 3D models? That's what I've been working on today. I think I'm only doing collision shapes through Godot. Oh boy, what's happening now? Okay, let me do this again. Maybe this on is good? Oh, wait, no, I commented out the wrong one. So this works. The only problem is I can't get it to work when the point falls outside of the zone of that you can move around in. They also go into this weird seizure mode whenever they get to their spot. Because they still think they're in the running state. But I can't get the shape made bit. Or I can get the shape made, but it doesn't move with the animations. And Godot Discord just said I'm doing it wrong. Okay. We have an ad break. It's going to be a 3-minute ad because we're doing an ad every hour. So just be prepared for that. Also, why does this plugin actually paint my textures? This purple zone is not supposed to be purple. It's just a navigation zone that I baked up. There is a part of me that is thinking maybe I hyper-tailor this and have like flat platforms where the enemies are going to be and I know they're going to be. Because for some reason, it's doing this whole thing of just painting this purple. So, one thing I can do is animation play scurry. Then we have idle there. I'm going to do this. Match idle. Wardstone, what is up? How are you? Pancake says, coding is like putting a square into a circle when it comes to making any sense to me. I feel that. Cheers, bro.
I don't know. I just got here.
And we got a hydrate in there and a posture check. I feel like the posture check, I only actually do that like 20% of the time. Because even if I do adjust it, it goes up. And then the moment I look back at my PC, I slump down again. Yeah, I got to figure out a good way to do this. Let me do this, so then there's some acceleration. Oh, jeez. The acceleration is off the charts. Art and video games are the brain are the brain. The voices are very loud. Yes. Why are you doing that? You shouldn't have any velocity or turning. Oh, you know what it is they're just barely overshooting it. So we need some way of knowing when it's reached that. So right now we just have this idle timer and then move timer, which we don't want actually. What we want is we got to rebuild this system here of switching between movement and non-movement. So we'll set moving to true. And then once we reach... Let me think about this. Pathfinding is manageable, but it really depends on the game flow you want. If it's worth giving NPCs that power or not for your game. Yeah. It's just going to be for AI. Like enemies. Got some friends to help with insulation. Nice. Hey, there we go. Yeah, so I could do a distance check. Let me think about this, how I want this whole system. Because right now, before I just had it where it was set a timer. When that timer goes off, we switch to movement, state movement. I've changed it since. Pick a random direction, go in that direction for a certain amount of seconds. Once that timer times out, then we go back to idle. So that was all I had set up before, which was just very placeholder stuff. But what I need is idle needs to be for a, certain range. Let's say 1 to 5 seconds, right? And then when that signal goes off, we go to move. And then when we come within a certain distance. Hey, RCB, what is up? When we come within a certain radius distance of a point, then we switch back to the idle state and we restart this timer. So right now we have this movement timer, which is there's not nav timer and then idle timer. So I think we need to get rid of this. We don't need this anymore. Or do we? Wait, let me think about this. Yeah, I don't think we need this. Why is that still showing? Well, I'll just do this. Okay. Within the move state, if nav.target position minus would I do like nav.target position minus self.global position. I don't even know if it should be global in this situation. Then we do current state equals state dot idle. Wait. If nav.target position is less than or equal to, or do we do a distance to? No, that's grabbing a direction. What am I thinking? We do a distance too, right? Tim Curry, Tim Cook, Tim Soup. Thought you needed a break. Don't burn yourself out. I needed a break, and then 2 hours into it, I was like, you know what? That was a good break. I watched some shows. I'm good to go. Believe me, when I feel it, I'm down to take a break. I'm always down with that. But I just kind of have an obsession at this point, so. Lurking and working. Perfect. Respect it. I always want to grind. Yeah. It's just, I was literally watching a show and just felt like I didn't even want to watch it anymore because I wanted to get on, which is not standard for me. Mino in the YouTube chat. How are you, brother? What show was I watching? I've been binging Downton Abbey. It's so good. Oh, I love it. I just need more shows to watch where there's a bunch of rich, posh people. That's what I want. And also shows like Succession, where it's uber rich people who are terrible people. I love that. My wife and I love Downton. It's amazing. Perfect. I'm on season 2 right now, like halfway through it. Gilded Age is good too. Okay. All right. I'll have to keep that in mind. Position. Can I do a distance too? Yes. Nav dot target is less than or equal to, let's say, 3. I don't know. Yeah, is this measured in meters? I don't know what that is. Then we do current state idle. Let's try it. See what happens. I don't know. I'm gonna crash. Have a great night, duders. Hey, take it easy, New Jane Kobe. Have a good night. Good to see you as always. You ever watch Severance? Yes. It's got posh people. Or it's not got posh people or anything, but it's, yeah. No, Severance was great. Okay, what's my thing? Cannot call method start. Oh, on nothing. It's because we do not have a nav timer. I think we need to start this idle timer. Timer dot start rand f underscore range. Let's do 2 to 5 seconds. Okay, let's give this a shot. 3 units / meters. Okay, so I'll need to bring it down quite a bit. Apple show, it's good. Unusual concept. Yeah, it's great. I need season 2 already. Yeah, for sure. Season 2 will be crazy, I assume. Okay, we got some pathfinding. The problem is they're pathfinding and they don't know about any obstacles, so the pathfinding is completely unnecessary. Now, are they pathfinding? Are they floating? They are not currently. Nice. Okay, let's go here and see if we can add in these objects into the pathfinding. Okay, so we can. Of course, the problem is it also is adding navigation to the very top of these buildings, which means that I hope these don't fly upwards. I mean, if I'm drawing it on, then I could just take it off. I could delete the navigation from there. Let's see if one of them decides to fly up onto the thing. I'm not gonna lie though, even though I wasn't supposed to be painting on this purple color, it's just for some reason being added by the plugin. Maybe it's a debug thing, I don't know. But I'm starting to kind of like the purple undergrowth look. Might be something for a different region. The other show is Dev. It's a one-season mini show about some coders working on a secret project. Interesting concept. Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be interesting. Freedom, what is up? Perpin, yes. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Why are you trying to run into that? There's supposed to be no nav mesh there. Also, you're supposed to be able to pathfind around it. Unless you're not using this drawn-on pathfinding. Let's do something here. Nope, that's not what I want. Don't want to draw more. Clear navigation mesh. And then if I go here, can I... How do I remove this? No. I just want to get rid of it. Is there no way to get rid of this? I did held shift while dragging. Let's look it up. Terrain 3D, remove navigation, paint.
As a parent of...
Thought I'd be super into that show. Couldn't last more than 3 episodes. Go to the debug menu. This debug or another debug? Visible navigation, that's already off. This is literally like painting on this. And for some reason it just shows up in the game too. Like why why is that the case? These plugins are never easy. Let's go to the docks. Appears in dark magenta when this tool is selected. Oh, there it is. So it just stays visible. Just stays visible when it's selected, even if you're jumping into the game. That's kind of crazy. I guess maybe that's useful. Okay. Stuck on a collision. No, that's occlusion calling. Do they not? Do they not have a way to delete navigation? Sounded blank. Here, let me draw inside these trees and then see how it works. So bake nav mesh. Okay, it does not ignore these trees. Or, I mean, it does not take into account the trees. It does take into account that. And this building here. Are my trees not in there? Oh, my trees aren't even in there. Okay. Don't break on me. Perfect. It excludes these. Okay. Also adds some interesting geometry. I'll have to really like painstakingly draw and make sure things look good, but increase agent radius so they don't clip a corner. True. Yeah. And really what I should have is a... Well, I guess unit maybe needs the navigation. But then again, Apollo inherits from unit. So I might need to do something different from player to unit. Because I was going to say I could set up a navigation agent that... I was gonna say I could set up just one navigation agent that can be included on all enemies and set up perfectly. Corridor funnel, edge centered. I think edge centered might be the way. I remember that fixed something in 2D. It fixed my issues. What's that setting do? So instead of going down, well, maybe this isn't grid based, so maybe it won't actually make a difference. It tries to go down the edges. Oh, I love that. It walks through. Instead of going down the edges, it'll go, down the center of the grid, it'll go along the edges. But I don't know if it would actually help in this instance. Is it taking me into account here? This is interesting. Or is it because of the edge centered and because this is not a grid, then they take kind of a roundabout way? Yeah, it looks like it. Maybe? Well, no, there it was going around an obstacle. Oh, he's stuck. Time to die. Oh, I'm almost stuck. Okay. Need to fix these trees, too. There's so many floating ones. But, well, I can do that now, though. Hey, Love, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. How's it going? Yeah, let me fix this. Oh, I'm just drawing because I'm in Terrain 3D and I have this. Just trying to select something. Good stuff. Nice little crash. Is the whole thing corrupted? Let's hope so. Thought that sound was me. Yep. Okay. Nope, I don't want that. This is going to be really bad if I can't figure out how to delete navigation areas. Because, like, look at this. We've got navigation just all over for some reason. It's not just drawing it on what we want. It's drawing it on what we don't want and what we want to avoid. It's putting navigation just everywhere. It's got navigation up here, which is probably why they were trying to get in there. I think we put this back because edge-centered, we don't have a grid, so.
I don't know. I just got here.
Blades of Doom, what is up? Just chilling? Nice. Maybe I should set it up manually and just bake the entire map as a mesh. Dang it. I want to get in the way and see what happens. Okay. So they don't worry about me. They just do their own thing. Xander, what's up? Just realized I technically didn't subscribe. I just found your channel like 5 separate times. Hey, there we go. That's funny. I guess, yeah, if you watch enough of one video, YouTube will keep recommending it, so. Drank too much the night before, Friday night. Yeah, that's, that'll do it. Okay, I have to find a way to delete this stuff. First things first, we're going to go up here. Especially for not drinking it for multiple years. Yeah. Not ready for it. Okay, so right now there's nothing for them to move on, so they try to move and there's nothing to look for. So oh, there we go. Okay, it's this enable thing. Goodness sakes. I was getting worried. Now, I might not need to have trees. Well, I probably will. What happens if I do this? I go in here and I go Terrain 3D. Put my brush size down to this. Whoops. Okay, so let's say I make it this big. Save that. Now we're going to bake our mesh. Jeez. This is very slow. And I think it's purely because we have trees and stuff. Yep, look at all this. It doesn't paint, or it doesn't... It puts it on all surfaces. So I think we have to... This really sucks, though, because then I can't have it where they walk around trees, because every time it's going to be baking on top of the tree. I have to keep these and nav objects out, otherwise it's going to paint on top of them. Main menu and save load system is the most painful thing for me. Dude. Yeah. Like I said, I don't even know if I fixed mine yet. I mean, the only thing I can think of is... But I want enemies to be able to go through the trees at some point, like certain enemies. But the only thing I can think to do is to just pull this out. Pull out cliffs. Maybe leave nav objects, just because that's like things around here. Also, we need to find a point on the nav mesh. Yeah, look at this. Instantly creates stuff on top that shouldn't be there. And these guys are going to try to run out there and then they're going to stop. We need to be able to find a position on the nav mesh that is within a certain distance. Yeah, that guy over here just ran over here, and now he's stuck because he's trying to get off of the nav mesh. Okay, it needs to be a position on the nav mesh. So, how do we do this? I don't understand this plugin, but isn't the navigatable areas the very bottom button? And you may not need to bake. Baking, I think, is a different approach. Let's read the docs again. So, setting up navigation. So by default, all terrain is unnavigable. You must use the navigable terrain tool. Okay, so it does that. You will need a navigating region. Okay. Set up navigation. Okay, so maybe we don't need to bake. Okay, let's clear it and see what happens. Yeah, nope. So what? So we do have to bake it. Need to paint it. This area is painted. All the purple here is painted. I mean, I could try to set it up again. So if I go to right there. Set up navigation. It bakes the nav mesh automatically. Small block boy, what is up? Hey, wait a second. So if I just set it up, then it will bake it. Oh, wait, no. I thought I had it, but none of the nav objects are in there, which is why it didn't bake it. And there's no way to do this without adding in those at some point and having to bake it, because otherwise it won't know that it needs to run around things like that. Yeah. Good to see you, Block Boy. How goes the deving? Navigation stuff. I don't know if it's working. Yeah, I am trying to figure out what in the world to do about this, because I mean, I assume these Terrain 3D guys use this plugin that they've made, and that they've ran into the issue of needing to add things that will, you know, be obstacles, like this light post that is currently blocking this guy. And now he's never going to get into idle mode because he can't get past it until I bump him, and then he gets there. Like, I assume they've ran into that before, so there has got to be a way of doing it That also doesn't put nav meshes on the top of every single tree you have. Because we do not need to bake nav mesh onto this tree. Now, maybe there's a setting. Is there like a Z setting of, or a Y setting of like how high the nav mesh can go? These are the times where you think, huh, maybe there is a different engine that already has these things ironed out because it's been around with tons of plugins that have already been built. It's just, how does this work? Far from casual, what is up? As annoying as it may be, you might have to give them the Roomba treatment and put rays in front of them. Yeah, I'm trying to think about that. Well, even if that is the case, I'm trying to do pathfinding. So even if they detect that there's something over there, I mean, I could just tell them to run left or run right for a certain amount and then retrace their steps, maybe. But when it comes to enemies and stuff, I don't want you to be able to sit on the other side of an object and an enemy starts running straight for you when it could take an easier path and then like have to run 15 feet left and do it again. Do have an engine is not intuitive though, yeah. Okay, let's have it select a random spot on this navigation mesh. So let's watch this again.
Terrain 3D. I can then select this and save this navigation mesh resource as a binary.res. When I run the scene, you can see the navigation mesh has now been generated over there. Make sure to read through the documentation to learn the rest of the parameters. Here's a tip on Z-fighting for you.
The documentation only has this one page though. Node for each town, each with their own navigation mesh resources. Unique, not shared. Trees part of the terrain, or are they meshes? They're meshes right now. Once the foliage comes out in Terrain 3D, then I'll switch over to that, I think, or at least try it out. Don't think you saw navigation areas on top of light poles. Yeah, it was. It was on top of the houses. It even got on top of these meshes here. It just gets on any mesh that's dragged into the region for it to avoid. It just puts it on top. I mean, there is always the possibility I just stop working on this and figure it out later and try to do something more useful. Although I do at least want to make sure it only picks, these guys only pick a point on the mesh, navigation mesh, because right now, how it currently stands, they just pick a random point around them. Okay, I've got to, I just got to find a way of being able to check if it's on the navigation mesh. Implement your own breadcrumb AI. It's basically where the player drops a marker every few ticks. Hey! Tom Millman is raiding with a party of 39. How's it going, Tom? Thank you for the raid. How was the stream? What is up? I am currently in the depths of navigation and not understanding anything. I'll show you what I got so far on this little RPG prototype. But Xander had said where the player drops a marker every few ticks and then the AI follows and attacks when close. Yeah, I could do that for enemies. I'm more thinking for like guys like these that are passive. Erend, hey, or Earend. I don't know actually how to say your name, but what is up? Oh, nice. I just got stuck on my T-pose model. Okay, let me restart this again. What's up, though, Erend? It's good to see you. So this is what we're working on. I'm working on a prototype for an RPG that I want to at least make like a 10-minute demo for. See if I could pitch it around. I've made everything in Blender. I've been learning Blender for the past month, trying to figure out how to make... ignore the purple on the ground. That's my navigation mesh that shows through because I'm using a plugin that, for some reason, paints it onto the ground. But yeah, this is what we're working on. Kind of a Souls-like RPG. See how it goes. Navigation right now is not going my way. But we do have some of the stuff set up. It's mostly visuals that we have set up, but... Fanny, what's up? Fanny Slam, how are you? Stream was good. It was a side project Sunday, so I was working on the overlay for the stream. Very calm and nice day. Nice. That's good to hear. I should do some more work for like stream stuff, overlays, that type of stuff. Lurking at the end, but glad we headed here. Yeah. And I just got stuck on my T-pose model again. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab this T-pose model. Let's get him out of harm's way. Yeah, let's put him up there where he's going to be safe. Game looks really nice. How long were you working on it? So I've been learning Blender for about a month, and then I think 2 weeks ago I started putting this together. Maybe 3 weeks ago I started putting this world together to try to see how it would look in game. And obviously everything right now is mostly just visuals. I don't have really any mechanics. I need to redo some of these things as well. Like this is like one of my first models that I did, this little crystal thingy. But yeah, we're starting to figure it out. I feel a lot more comfortable with Blender. And I'm just trying to design something that looks cool. And like I said, like a 10-minute demo would be nice. But something that looks really good and has, you know, some gameplay in it that I could shop around. But yeah. Really impressive. Thanks, man. Yeah. It's been a good time. Fanny Slam redeeming the Take a Shot of Tabasco redeem. Cheers, Fanny Slam. Like your weapon trail? I need to fix it. I do like it, but I have some weirdness with it. I haven't even looked at what I'm going to try to do to fix it, but like if I fly over here and then do an attack, it like zooms in from the where I was previously. There's some weirdness with it because the way I set it up, it's really janky right now where all of that's happening. The thing is always active. I'm just toggling between visible and not visible, so I'll have to play around with it. And for some reason, I have this little like shooting star looking thing up here that is I wanted to see if maybe I could add like 30 of these just constantly whizzing around. But I use the same plugin, which it's a plugin called GPU Trail. And unfortunately, when I've been using it, I can't figure out how to not have it. If I change the sword, it changes the thing in the sky. And if I change the thing in the sky, it changes the sword. Like if I change the color or something. So JD does dev. What is up? How are you? Good to see you. So making unique. Let me just take a look at it again because it was weird when I did it. It's not the sword. Okay, it's on Apollo. Do I have to make this unique? Or is there a way to do that? There's access unique name. But I did this thing called, or I did this, wait, where is it? GPU Trail. The resource right here. It's called GPU Trail Main Sky Trail. And it's a sword. Or it's supposed to be the sword. If I go to the actual, where is it? Where did I put that scene? Let me go up here. Maybe I just added it here and it's not a scene. If I go here and I try to change like the path, it'll change it on both. So I don't know how to make this purely its own thing. Have a good stream. It's 11:35 for me, and tomorrow is a Monday. Bye, everyone. Hey, take it easy, Tom. Thank you for the. Appreciate the raid. Hope you have a good night, and we'll see you again later. Let me. I don't know if I follow you yet, so I'll drop you a follow, and I'll stop by one of your streams one of these days. Let me see. Perfect. There we go. Thank you once again. Hope you have a good one. And I will catch you later. Probably the color ramp. Polycarp, what's up? Cooldowns are lame. Polycarp, when you're out here next, I'm going to tally up all the shots of Tabasco you made me drink. And then you're going to have to do them in front of me. You can click color map and make unique, or make it into a scene and do local to scene. Because I have it local to scene, but let's see here. So, what would I do here? Right click, color map. Okay. Or ramp, color ramp. Make unique recursive or make unique? Let's do make unique. Okay. And I'll call this Sky Trail. Now let's go to Apollo. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I wouldn't have thought that it was on the color ramp. Perfect. We're good to go then. End of the month. Nice, nice. Got another shot of Tabasco from Polycarp. Cheers. Whew. Polycarp gifted 50 bits. Thank you, brother. Cheers. Ah. How many bits to name a character after you? 50 will do. I'll do it. Unless the gradient needs to be unique instead, trial and error. Yeah, I'll mess around with it. It's nice to know that. I can do that. Saving my channel points until Dead's Live gets some real hot sauce. True. What I can afford. Perfect. Red Tango, what's up? Resources in the inspector panel will share all data by default. Has caught me a few times too. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know anything about resources, to be honest. It's, I don't know. I just don't know anything about them. Okay. How's our pathfinding doing? Yep. We're still running into things, I see. Let me see if I can push this guy off course. Nope. He's trying to get into this. Same with this guy. So inevitably, what's going to happen is they're all going to congregate on something they can't reach and get stuck. Like that. So, we need to figure out how to choose a spot that is on the navigation layer. Have you tried any of the Hot One sauces? Yeah, I mean, not like, or are you talking the ones that they created themselves? Because I haven't tried that. I mean, I've had like, I remember they used to have Pain 100 on the show. They cycled it out a few seasons ago, I think, but, I've had that one. I poured the Pain 100 into jalapenos, and it's the worst tasting sauce ever. It's so bad. And then ate the jalapenos, and that was just a horrific idea. Okay. So let's see here. Let me just see if someone else has already done this. They better have. Starting to think I shouldn't even do terrain this way. Starting to be like, all right, maybe everything's flat. You just have terrain outside of the playable region. Okay, pick random spot in navigation mesh Godot. Let's see what I can find.
Hello and welcome to a new tutorial on how we can move a Unity AI using the new navigation server. For this tutorial,
bottle of the bomb.
Animations.
Habanero Tabasco is good. I like the Chipotle Tabasco as well.
Website with the
just made a cookie clicker game, but without the automated clickers. There we go. Hey Rain, how are you? Good to see you again. Scorpion Tabasco by the half gallon. All right. Let's see what this guy has.
So I got the Idolon mission. and a walking animation. So this is the starting point. I already saved the scene as enemy AI inside of my scenes folder. So let's begin by creating a new animation tree. Go to tree root and create a new animation node state machine. Go to assign, make the point that the agent can go to. Set the state machine to the animation tree that get parameters and playback. So if we go to our animation tree, it's getting the parameters and the playback.
What
So
is this
the
randomize doing?
node state to do is called the randomize deleted. Now we just need to create a few variables. So we need to create a variable for our speed, a variable for our velocity.
Scorpion Tabasco is hot but
So this
sweet.
is
They
the
put
direction
pineapple in it. Oh,
multiplied by
okay.
the speed. Create a variable
could be
for our
good.
state machine. Create an enum for our two states, the idle state and the walking state. And a variable for the current state of the AI. And lastly,
Okay,
we're
I've
going to
got
create
that.
an unready variable for the animation tree. Now let's create our ready function. So the first thing that we're going to do is called the randomize function, because we want to create a random point that the agent can go to. Set the state machine.
Is randomize something that he created? What is that? If I type randomize, what happens? Does it also show purple? Yes. So that is something built in. Okay, so I might be able to grab the nav map, because we have the nav map. Could I do a... I guess we'll see here.
The animation tree that get parameters and playback. So if we go to our animation tree, it's getting the parameters and the playback. So the animated idle a string of the current state that we want to change to. So we're going to create a switch case or match case. If the function is going to get the idle string, then we're going to change the current state to be equal to the idle state.
Yep.
We're going to trend to
Okay.
0, 1, move, and it's going to be the walking string. And set this. We're going to create 3 variables. So the first one is going to be our target location.
Okay.
The second one is going to be our position of the AI. And the third one is going to be the normal of the object that the radius is currently colliding with.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to check if the normal dot left squared is less than 0.001. Then we're going to set it to the vector 0, 1, 0. And we're going to set the velocity vector to be equal to the...
So where is he choosing
So after
this?
getting this vector, we're going
this
to
next,
normalize it. So the
target?
length is going to be equal to 1. And then we're just going to...
I have fiber optic internet. Why is this buffering?
armature dot
Okay, there
rotation
we go.
dot y. We're
Don't
going
know
to
if you got
rotate-
it answered, but randomize is just a function that says, hey, we want some random numbers up in here. Get ready to get random. Okay, sounds good. Changes the number used, aka seed, for other random functions. Perfect. So, could I do a something dot randomize, or would I just, how do I tell it? Do I pass in whatever I want the value to go to into the parentheses? How
take
does that?
the armature y rotation using the loop angle function. So from the
Basically,
rotation,
what I'm trying to do is just make sure that right now I'm picking a random location to walk to, but I want them to pick a random location on this mesh, preferably within a certain range to walk to. So a radius around them and only on the navigation mesh. Randomize changes the number used, aka... Oh, whoops. Just read that. Just randomize to shuffle it. Okay.
and that y of the armature to a of tangents 2. We're going to give it the velocity dot x and the velocity dot z with a weight of delta multiplied by 10. Lastly, we need to set the linear velocity of the AI.
Actually, what I can do, just so I actually understand. Let's just look up the symbol of the random number generator. Number based on the device's time. Okay, so this is just for all random functions, correct? Oh, we got an ad break. Nice. Twitch. The worst. Okay.
So we're going to write navigation agent 3D dot set velocity to the velocity and call the move and slide function of the character body 3D. So for the move and slide function, we got the velocity parameter. If you go to move and slide, it moves the body based on velocity. The velocity is a built-in vector free. So what we can do is just call it. So we're going to go to our navigation agent 3D, go to node, and we're going to connect the velocity computed signal and the navigation finished signal. So connect it, and also the navigation finished signal. And on the navigation engine 3D velocity computed, we're going to set the velocity to be equal to the safe velocity. Now let's create a move to function. So the move to function is going to get a target position. When we're going to call it, it's going to change the state to walking, travel to the walk animation and set the speed to 1.5. Next, we're going to create a new variable called closest position.
Good night,
And
y'all.
it's going to be
Hey,
equal
take
to
it
the
easy, 12 feet
navigation
up. Thank you
server
for
3D
stopping
dot
by,
map
as
get
always.
closest point. We're going to
Small
give
Block
it the
Boy says,
navigation
yeah,
map,
like rand F,
and the
rand
target
F,
position.
range type
So it's
things.
going to
Okay.
give us a new position.
Correct.
that
It just changes the internal seed used by other functions. Okay. 4x is called automatically when you run. Perfect. Okay.
is on the navigation map. So even if the target position that we give it is not on the navigation mesh, we're still going to get a position that is on the mesh. That is
Okay. This is what I need because that's what we sort of had here. Get world 3D.get navigation map. Let's try this. Let's try it. See what happens. Yeah, take it easy, 12 feet up. Thanks for stopping by, as always. Bro, did this just finally work? I mean, they're still going to run into things like this and get stuck because it's not looking for that. Like, yeah, right there. So then you have to push it off around. Oh, no, it's trying to get into there. I see. So we'll need to bake the rest in, but this is huge. Okay, so something that I was doing here was just not working before, but now it is. So now I don't need to worry about picking a spot on the navigation mesh because it will do that for me. That's big. Now we can go back to here and we can rebake our meshes with nav objects in there. And we're just going to do nav objects. I think trees I don't know what we're going to do with that, but we'll just have to maybe be careful with our navigation drawing. Silver Cross, what's up? Spatial awareness. There should be some now. Because now they know that they can't go around these. They can still try to get up on top of these, but I don't know if actually they will. I don't know if they'll try to get up on the rock or not. It's just, I don't know how to... how to make it so that when I pull this into the navigation region, it doesn't set up navigation on top of it. It's just something... Try fixing the objects. Okay. They be schmoovin', yes indeed. If this works, then we can move on. I mean, I don't know if I'll do it right now, but we can do grazing because these guys are going to be kind of eating stuff. And then they're going to be... oh, nope. He's trying to get over to this rock. Isn't he? He is. And he doesn't know that he can't go through this area? It's not finished. It's not finished. Okay. So, Shiloh says you could try setting navigation mesh, parse geometry type to both, and source geometry mode to root node children. Will that still make it so it doesn't bake around? Or, I mean, so it does this? Because that's really what I want there. Okay, so let's try this, what you're saying. Not sure how your buildings are created. Buildings are just meshes that I pulled in. So not looking forward to deal with nav meshes, yeah.
I don't know. I just got here.
Hey, Mana. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. How's it going? Okay, so parse geometry type. Is that somewhere within here? To both. Okay. And these are static bodies, I should say. I don't know if that makes a difference, but... Okay. Now. Source geometry mode to root node children. Okay. Bake nav mesh again. Okay, there's still geometry on top. And they're still going to want to get over to this point if they ever have a thing out there. Only idea that may fix it. Okay, let's see. I mean, well, I guess it still generated stuff on top of it. So it if that did work, it was supposed to not generate on top, correct? Or could I pull the height of the navigation region is too high? Not sure how to change height setting. Yeah, I'm not sure either. Come on, please try to run to a spot so I can see. Oh, right there. Yeah, I don't know how to check the height of the baking, basically. This guy really wants to either get up top maybe I can push it. I just want to see if I can push him through the door. No. He's gonna keep moving around me and slipping, sliding. Okay. It's been doing that. That's fun. Also, I don't get it because I thought you would only bake what you paint, but you didn't paint the buildings. Nope. I threw them in the navigation region 2D here, so it's added in. But it decides that it needs to paint on top of them for some reason. Even though really, like... I mean, I guess I kind of get that because you do want to have things painted on. Like if I had a platform with a thing that comes up, you don't want to just be painting on the terrain. But... I mean, unless there's a way to do... to make sure something doesn't have navigation painted on top. Exclude mesh from navigation. Oh, I gotta put Godot. Okay. Is there any way to stop navigation region from being generated on buildings? Even if I have some navigation obstacles in my scene tree, the navigation regions get created on them. Okay. Moving the roofs out of the navigation region. That could be a lot of work for big scenes. Yep. Same mesh, yeah. No answer on this one. Seems like... Get those crashes too. Yeah, now I just have to not click on it. Only bake with the terrain 3D tools. Yeah, and I'm doing that. It's just... just bakes it on top of here for some reason. Even though, like, nav objects... I think this tells this to bake or something. And then it selects this as the region. But then, so if if this terrain 3D is telling this to bake, then it tries to bake all of these in as well. Run into some oddities when I accidentally baked the normal way. Yeah. Move the roofs. Yeah, not a good solution. Yeah, just don't have the roofs on top of the houses. What else is there? I gotta be able to find something. Wait, could I do... Where is my thing? Oh, storefront is in here. Okay. Let me try something here. What does this actually do? To constrain avoidance controlled agents outside or inside an area. Obstacle needs a navigation map and outline vertices to define to work correctly. If the obstacle's vertices are winded in a clockwise order, avoidance agents will be pushed in by the obstacle. Otherwise, avoidance will be pushed out. That still won't help me. They don't change the resulting path. Dang it. Pulling mine up. Okay. I only tested with CGC meshes. I don't know what nodes the buildings are. These are, I mean, these are pulled in from Blender and I instantiated scenes off of them. And these are actually inherited from a .blend file, which is the old way I was doing it. But they're supposed to be static bodies. But the way that this works, I don't really know why it doesn't put that as the root when you pull them in. Oh, what in the world? So you can draw them that way. What did it say about it being winded in a clockwise order? They will be pushed in. I don't know what that means. Crashing alone is enough for me to not use this plugin. Yeah. I had like 12 crashes since yesterday just trying to help. Yeah, man. It's all about velocity. It doesn't actually block anything. Yep. Avoiding your pushable objects, it won't work well for static. Yeah. The only other thing I can think of is to not even do pathfinding. Which would suck. But I don't know how you fix this. I mean, unless I really broke down my maps and built my own navigation regions. Because I don't think this is going to work at all if it keeps doing this. Technically work? Not really. Not if I can't put obstacles in it that are avoided. Because then it's going to add something like this. I mean, I could put a little timer in and say if you've been running for, 5 seconds or 10 seconds, then go to idle and start the idle timer. So then if it does get stuck somewhere, at least it stops and then picks a new random point. I could do that. Bake time. The only issue is bake time. All right, I'm off to get some bed, get some schoolwork done tomorrow. Nice. Have an OB appointment tomorrow afternoon. I'll catch you next time. All right, take it easy, man. Gotta hydrate. RGL Jones, what is up? top of the, well, the buildings it can't walk on top of, so I assume it will walk around. It tries to walk on top of it, but instead it's just running in place right here, trying to get to it, and never gets there. And it will, if I add in like trees and stuff, then it might try to run to, you know, I mean, it might even try to run to here. And I have this whole thing where it's like, oh, just run to the get next closest point. Because if it tries to run over here, there's no navigation mesh. So it'll do the get next closest point, which is right there, and it stops. But over here, the closest point to over here is right there because there is a navigation mesh. So it'll just run in place for eternity. So I could just put a timer in there that says, hey, if you've been running for more than 10 seconds, then just go to idle. I could do that. This is also sweet because apparently these obstacles don't rotate, I guess. Navigation obstacles. There's no reason to have it, so. Yeah, I think a timer is what we need. We'll fix it that way. We're going to do reset, whoops, timer. We're going to call it reset timer. Gonna do because then it'll choose a new spot to run to. It might still try to run to another bad spot, but at least eventually it'll work its way out. Oh, but then it will also reset it even when it is running somewhere else. Just every 10 seconds it will go to idle. But maybe that's not noticeable enough that it really matters. Game name Unturned solves this by creating nav meshes for buildings manually. Yeah, I would just have to do it for my terrain as well. Turn to idle. There we go. Is it going to move though? Now that one's just not moving. Why not? It can move these barrels, so it's not What happens if I move him? He's just stuck in idle. So there's some point where we'll set it to move. We'll do nav target. Oh, we need to do this as well, I think. Actually, we can just do it here. Then we don't have to do it here. Idle timeout. We choose a new nav target. We set the reset timer. And actually what I'll do is just if... Oh, wait, no. It shouldn't matter. Yeah. Okay. Just created a CSG box on my terrain and got the same mesh on the roof. Yeah. It's just, oh, man. I feel like there's got to be a way of saying, like, hey, don't bake on me within a node or a scene itself. Okay, why is that now happening? Let's try this again. Not getting the same results. Doesn't try passing through connected. So it'll actually run around things even though it's not under the navigation mesh. Okay, these guys are messed up clearly. So maybe I do need to have this doesn't try passing through disconnected nav meshes. Well, are you choosing random points? Because mine is just choosing a random point anywhere. And then if that falls outside, then it chooses the closest point to that. And if it but if it falls onto another disconnected nav mesh, then the closest to that is that nav mesh. So it will try to run through it. Hey, nice. Oh, he's trying to get to that closest point again, but should be able to reset. Yep. Then hopefully, yeah, he starts moving again. Okay, so he will reset at least. Hey, look, a bot in the chat. Nice. How do I ban? I guess I can just do a /ban, right? How long until my next ad? 30 minutes. Okay, sweet. Just got back from shops. Nice. It's hitting the barrel. If it clips on something that's not part of the mesh, it will get stuck. It runs through the barrels, so the barrels actually just get knocked aside by it. Or they should still, as long as I didn't change my... 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they're not supposed to look at rigid world. Barrel Um, enable the navigation path debugging. Oh, yeah. I could do that. There we go. Now he's knocking things around. Thought he was before, but... Nav path debugging. Yep. What was the name of the song before this? It was Playground Swagger by Harris Heller. So I just listened to the same beat or album, which is this one right here. Logic by Harris Heller. And it's on Spotify, and you can use it while streaming. Mod for you if you want. Yeah. I might as well. I don't really have any mods except for... Is it just /mod? Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah. This album is great. So, here, let me look through chat. I feel like I'm catching every fourth message, but okay. So, navigation debugging. I know I can do that. Blip. Yeah, that'll make things a lot easier. Someone got modded by asking, never seen that happen. Yep. Okay. I love how it always resets the surface override mechanic. Blip. And then there it's good. Doink. Hey, look at that. He's moving to the closest point. He's stuck against that rock, but he will eventually turn idle. There we go. Now choose another spot. There we go. Perfect. Oh, and my sword is now below me for some reason. Yeah, the grass is painted because I have it selected. It's so weird that that follows you into the game. Like, it's like just because I have this tool selected here, if I switch to that, then it disappears. What was that? Spray overlay texture? Yeah. I'm just going to keep it on for now. Let's go back to our grass creature and take away these freaking... where's the material? Do I have to do it? Was it on the cube? Yes. To go like that because it just sets it. Anytime you make a change in here, I think it resets that override just because there's an animation on it. Which I wonder if there's a good way to get rid of that, because we have damage blink, which is this is the animation here. And for some reason it will set these properties right off the bat, even though it hasn't been called or anything. But is it setting it again? Yep, it did it again. Okay, so we got to go back here. Got to go to our cube. Blip, blip. Annoying. Agent radius for less clipping. Yeah. Idle animation for these guys. They have an idle animation. Blip. Carrot. Let's do the agent radius thing. How do you do that? So, navigation agent, path max distance. Radius right here. Wait. Navigation mesh. Oh, agent radius has to be done in the navigation mesh. Radius right here. Okay. Prevent them from playing the other one when not ready. I am not entirely sure I know what you mean. We'll need to rebake it. Do it on the mesh, not the agent. Yep. Tech highlight. Okay, because the attack highlight... Well, I don't want to go in there because it'll reset it, but that's just a material override. I'm going to be doing it differently. It's going to be a shader, but it just plays... No matter which animation is playing, the idle or the running, it'll just turn the whole thing white and then turn it back. Okay, let's do a quick rebake. There we go. Okay. Got to figure some stuff out for your stream. I'll be back soon. Sounds good, Saw. Peace out, man. Hope you have a good one. I guess you said be back soon, but what if you made them walk towards the point and then completely stop their task and then choose a new point to walk to? So that is what they are doing. They choose a new point, you can see here. And then blip. Choose a new point. Stop. They go idle. They chill. Then they choose a new point. And it's kind of randomized between like 2 and 5 seconds how long they sit there, right? Then they choose a new random point and they go again. The issues only arise when they try to choose something, because currently, I don't know how to fix this, but they find a spot on the nav mesh that is baked like onto one of these buildings. And it'll be like, hey, I want to choose this spot. Although actually it's not on top, because they're not choosing a random point on top of them. They're choosing a random point only left and right and front and back. They aren't going up and down. But there is a nav mesh inside this building because of the floor of the building. So they might choose a point within there, and then they think they can get to it. Let's see. Yep, this is one of those potential areas. Well, no, it chose the closest point. It didn't show into there. But I have a timer that just resets them if they ever get stuck like that. Oh, I should have been checking where he was looking there. Okay, you should get reset. Where is he trying to go? I want to see where the endpoint he's trying to get to, unless he's just trying to get to the very edge of it. Back because I had to figure out my GPU drivers. Okay. Just dancing. Didn't even see where he was going. Yeah. I've had them follow the player. And that works fine. I think what happens is it's getting the closest point. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think I know what's happening. So if it tries to go out here, it gets the closest point, which is why we see the point end right there. But then we hit the end of the thing, and it's clipping into the edge of the navigation mesh, which is why it's bouncing around so much. Maybe if I do... Let me try this. Let's up this to 1. We'll see if it makes sure that those edge cases don't get hit. Oh, right here. Okay, no, he's still there on the edge. Okay, he's stopping 1 meter from it. Oh, he just turns. Okay. I also do want to make it so they don't rotate back to the exact same orientation every time. Okay, that worked right there. Let's try just upping it to 2. Check y-axis difference. Okay, right there. Now he's not running to the edge. He's stopping 2 feet short, or 2 meters short. So, my scaling is all off, but raycast to see if there's an object blocking the final point, and if so, create a new target point. Could potentially do that, especially for this wander thing. Don't see the issue. In fact, that last NPC looked like he hit his target and just stuttered there. Yeah. 1 meter looks close enough. I'll do 2 just because it's not too big of a deal. Like, this is just a wander state. It's not like he's trying to look at anything. Okay, this, I think he's trying to get onto a mesh. The reset thing. Does help a lot, because there's going to be some weird glitches no matter what, but it's kind of nice to just have that little reset there. These guys always end up next to the edges, though. Keep learning Roblox Studio Lua coding. There we go. Oh, sorry. Xander in the YouTube chat. I don't know if I caught this way late, but have I messed with navigation layers yet? I haven't, but it sounds like it might help. Oh. Maybe. Where would that be? Would that be on... Where could I set the navigation layer? Because this obviously has it. Oh, this is only with regions. You can't put it on a on the nodes themselves. Marks non-walkable spans as walkable if their maximum is within the climb. Okay. Ledge spans. Marks walkable spans as not walkable if the clearance above the span is less than agent height. Okay. This AABB thing, region.navigation layers. So I could do that, but then how does that affect my objects that are under the same navigation region? Because I need these objects in here, so then Terrain 3D knows to bake around them like this. But then at the same time, Terrain 3D decides to bake on top of them, because there's flat surfaces on top of them. I mean, still made some headway today, at least. It's kind of a hacked together way of doing it, but I'm thinking, I mean, I got to get some sleep tonight. It's 9:30. I only want to be up a little bit longer. So I'm thinking I'm going to call it here. But I'm still pretty happy with some of the progress. I've learned a lot, at least. Let me find someone to raid on Twitch. Shiloh, JD, I appreciate you guys helping out. Same with you, Xander, and anyone else in the chat who's helping me out here. It's good to... I would be lost right now, so it really is helpful. Let me find someone to drop you off. Happy to help. Hey, thanks. Yeah, appreciate it. RJL, good to see you. I'll catch one of your streams later as well. Shout out RJL and JD Does Dev as well. Everyone should go follow them. They're both making some sick games. Yeah. There's a lot of people on Twitch making pretty dope games. Not gonna lie. I see... Let's see, Stade is online. I think I just raided him. So I'm going to look and see if there's anyone else. There's Sninko Games. I haven't raided him for a little while. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anyone that I haven't raided as well. Yeah, let's send him over to Sninko. Where was he again? There he is. He's great. So, learn more by helping. Yeah, that is actually kind of true. Teaching does help. I'm not making as much progress as I would like, but I'm still making progress. Hey, that's how you do it. Keep running into really dumb mistakes. That's my process right there. You just summed it up. So that's that's how I make progress. Let me get this set up. Okay, raid is set up. I'll wait for you all to join. Xander says sleep well. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I will see you again later. Thank you for being here, as well as Silver Cross. and Mino and Silent Creed in the YouTube chat. Have a good one all. Hey, take it easy, Shiloh. Good to have you here. But yeah, thank you, Shiloh, JD, RJL, Saw. I know there were a bunch more. RCB. Scrolling up. Rain. Fanny Slam was here. I know New Jank was here earlier in the night. I think he bounced out. Blades of Doom as well. Appreciate you all. I will see you again tomorrow. 12 Feet Up, Red Tango, Small Block Boy. As well as why does it not show the raid? Tom was his name, right? Tom, I followed him, so I'll be able to catch his stream later. But anyway, thank you all for being here. I will see you again next time. Tom Millman, that's right, yes. I'll be there twice. Perfect. Sounds good. Good night, man. Yeah, you too. Bowtie Tom, there we go. Yeah, I'll have to catch one of his streams soon. All right, peace out. I'm going to send you over now. Have a good one.